Market update here on the 31st. So at this point with today's action, I think there's a very good possibility. I mean, just looking at this chart logically, where we have a gap fill. We have a gap fill at 380. We broke outside the parallel line. If we zoom in here, let's go over this wave count right here. Pretty obvious now. Extended fifth wave. And within this fifth wave of a fifth wave, we have 1, 2. So really, my base case is probably going to hit 380 if it's a nice PCE number, and then potentially go higher than that even. So it could end up being 383 is the 1.61 fib. Don't be surprised if we hit 383. That is the 1.61 fib here. And at that point, we broke outside the parallel line. We hit the 1.61 fib. Why can't this be a 5-wave move? Why can't we go make new highs? Complete this overall fifth wave. Let's just see if that fits in with the length of wave 1. So this is saying 408, but it doesn't have to go all the way to 408. So again, this is either going to be ABC higher to the 1.61 fib, or it'll be a third wave and we're going to make new highs. Pretty easy to see from here. I don't see, bearish case is still possible, but it's kind of diminished at this point. It just looks like it's going to go higher, and we have a gap fill at 380. So expect that to most likely play out tomorrow with PCE numbers. And yeah, look for some upside. Hopefully you hedge, or you have calls, or you have some bullish positions, because we're probably going to go higher. Tesla, same thing. Third wave ended right here of the third wave. So really long third wave. We pull back here for a fourth wave, and then it looks to me like it's setting up for one of those gigantic moves higher. If I was going to guess where, I would say probably somewhere up here in the top, like 265-ish, maybe higher than that. But it needs to get outside this parallel line to be a wave 3. So 272, maybe 270-ish tomorrow needs to get outside of there. And if that happens, then the target is pretty easy to see. It's the gap fill at 290. As far as what this overall is, it's kind of hard to say, but I would imagine that this is probably wave 1 of an ending diagonal. So if this goes to 290, then I would be looking for a pullback to probably down here to 250 to 240, potentially all the way down here to 230, and then we're looking at it like this. We're probably going to 350, maybe higher than that. So it would probably end up being wave 1, because again, if you look at this parallel line here, we didn't quite get outside of it. But if you use the top of this right here, I think we did get outside of it. No. So either way, this would be the end of the fourth wave, and this would be a wave 1 higher. Or it's some kind of expanded flat. That's the other possibility, where this is A, we're finishing B, and we come down here for C. But I don't know, that's kind of a weird one because this move was super weird. This would have to be A, this would have to be B, and we have to have a C wave higher. So either way, look for, if it breaks 270 tomorrow, it's probably going to end up being a third wave. And at that point, you're looking for 290. Microsoft, same setup. And I'm not going to go over all these. They're all the exact same setup. Microsoft finished a third wave right here. Right here or right here, one of the two. Fourth wave right here, and we're starting a fifth wave, in my opinion. It's probably going to gap fill at 336. So that's only about 2.5% higher, 336. I would look for that to probably hit tomorrow. SPY, same thing, already broke outside of the parallel line. 1.61 fib is at 452, but there is a gap fill at 455, kind of the same setup as QQQ. About 1% higher as a gap fill. I would look for that to probably hit. Apple broke outside the parallel line, gap fill at 190. They're all the exact same. All have gap fills a little bit higher, except for Tesla. And then NVDA, same thing. Most likely is going to make something like that. And then that would probably end up being wave 1, pull back here, and then potentially it does something like that. Something stupid like that. So they're all setting up for a little bit higher. That's what I see in the chart. I'm not ruling out the bearish possibility. There could be invalidations, but from what I see in the charts, with a gap fill this close on every single chart, I would think that that's probably going to happen. DXY. So if DXY is going to go higher from here, it can pull all the way back to like 102. That is a pretty big move though. Not sure if it's going to do that or not. This could be, let's zoom in here a little bit. Way too much chop. Can't tell on that time frame. Still really can't tell from that time frame. This is an ABC move for sure. A, B. So it already fulfilled. A C wave can go to the 0.78 fib and be a running flat. This could potentially be finished right here. Or you're going to see something all the way up here to 109.78. So anywhere in this zone is possible for this to finish. Let's just see if there's any supply zones. And gaps. Probably going to go on the weekly. So still up here to 110 is still the only real good supply zone that I see. So we'll see if we do get a pullback tomorrow. But I would most likely think that this is going to go make a third wave, pull back, and come up here potentially all the way to 109.70, which is the 1.61 fib. This right here is pretty obvious that it's ABC. But again, anywhere between 104.50, which we already hit. So that would be bullish. If that was the top, obviously, we could start making our way down here, or we go higher, which I think we're probably going to go higher. We're probably going to make this move. and then drop after that. So I'll leave it at that. I think there's probably short term, the next couple of days before Labor Day, another pop coming, and it was actually more obvious going into the close yesterday. I hedged pretty big with some calls. I have Tesla calls, I have QQQ calls, and I also sold a bunch of covered calls though too. So I'm not really worried about the covered calls because they cover me in case I'm wrong and it goes down. And that's pretty much it for now. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think we're going to go higher tomorrow? Or do you think that there's going to be some kind of sell-off and everyone's going to be tricked? Are those gaps a trick, or are they actually going to get filled? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe for more updates. Catch you in the next video.